Downtown, I got that heat, let's go. Downtown, I got that heat, let's go.
Yo, what is up, y'all? What is up? Let me turn my mic up so you guys can hear me. Let me know how the audio is feeding. Let me know the sound quality. Let me know that I am good. As you guys are coming in, please do like this video. We'll get started once we hit 50 likes. Good to have you guys. Glad you could be here. Welcome to the SMT Nation. Glad you guys could be here. We'll get started here shortly. As you're coming in, hit that like button. Share it to your favorite social media platforms. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Whatever the kids are doing these days. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to recap the week. Take a look at all the topics that we covered on the channel. And we'll kind of recap that, and we'll do just a little quick coverage, you know. We'll also talk phones that are up and coming this year that I'm kind of sort of excited about. We'll talk about a couple of topics that I want to discuss that you guys could always chime in on and whatnot. Anyways, we got 33 likes. We'll just we'll wait another minute and then we'll get the stream started here. I want to see those likes get up here. Get those likes up, get those shares up. Let's do it. I see some friendly members of the SMT Nation in the live chat. From the moderators, I do see Big Bob. I see Mr. X. Good to have you, gents. I see John. I see Sean. My homie Mike West. Caleb, I see you, bro. Cash Gang is here. What a... I think that's it for my moderators. I do see Greg. Too much bass, not enough. Hell yeah. Let's see if I missed any of my moderators. I think that covers everybody. The Alex is here. I think that's it for the moderators. Big shout out to the mod squad. You guys are the best, always holding it down. Thank you for being here and taking care of me. Appreciate you guys very much. The rest of the crew, we got the usuals. Saldana Tech Central, Baby Yoda's in the house. Gene, good to have you. Joeseph. Tom, good to have you. Jeremy is here, possibly. Sebi's in the house. Max Finley is here. The homie Mav is here. I do see the homie Ray is in the house. Robert is here. Joshua's in the house as well. Good to have you guys. Maurice, good to have you, sir. Jay Norton, my dude. Good to have you. 38 likes. Let's get those up, y'all. As you come in, hit that like button, please. Joeseph, good to have you. And thank you for liking the video. Appreciate you. Cesar, my friend. Good to have you. Rich Z is in the house. Thank you for the feedback for the report. Tiger's here as well. Good evening, all. Renard is here. The homie Matt Dubb is in the house. Good to have you. The newest member of the SMT Patreon, Trill Boy. Trill Will. What is up, my dude? Get to banging on that like button. The homie Ronald. My dude Ron. Good to have you, bro. Alex is here. The homie Austin is here as well. Good to have you. YouTube effing sucks. Obed. Lorenzo. The homie Carlos is here. Got a big wrench. He'll swing it. Slow your roll. Steven Smith. Good to have you here. The homie Miku is here. Vincent, my dude. Thank you for stopping by. The homie Nerds. All right. So, let's get to going here. Welcome to the SMT Friday podcast. Very happy to have you guys here if you're watching this on the live. If you're watching this on replay, I would like to give a special shout out to the replay crew. I think what we'll do is we'll hashtag replay gang for all of those watching this at a later time. Big shout out to the replay crew. Thank you guys for being a part of the community and watching, even when it's not live. I appreciate you guys. Big shout out to the 2 live crew, those of you watching it right now and getting it in the live chat. I appreciate you guys very much. We got 63 in the live, but we only have 46 likes, so let's make sure we get those likes up. No lags at all. Thank you, Sebi. Sebi, You are the one, my friend. Oh, and big shout out to Mikey Tech Review. Thank you for the super chat. Mikey, life is good, man. No complaints. Thank you for being here and, providing that donation. Thank you so much. I can make the video a little larger if you want it, Robert. It's up to you. The homie Ronald, big shout out to you, man. Hope my sound is good. Got the music just kind of marinating in the background there. Sneed, move your window more. Where do you want me to put it? Can you do the full screen of your vid? I can. But I wanted to do this, thing here for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, Jar Cohen, thank you for being here. Good to have you. Oh, you guys are getting going here. The floodgates, the super chat floodgates. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I've always said you guys are the best part of the community. It's the community. It's the people. And I do feel like I do have one of the most positive, interactive, well-intentioned community. So I do want to give a big shout out to Jar Cohen for the super chat. Big shout out to you, sir. Big salute to you. Thank you. As well as a big shout out to Gene. Thank you for your super chat as well. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate you. You're always very kind and generous, and I appreciate you guys, all of you that provided the super chats here tonight. Already getting off to a good start. Oh, my brother is here. What up, Mo? What up? How you like the new setup, bruh? I like that. Music is barely audible. Maybe we'll turn it up for you guys. Turn it up a little bit for you guys. And Mikey Tech Review with another super chat. Thanks, broski. Is the CLE on lockdown or on phase 2? We are definitely in phase 2. We're almost full banger right now. Salons, barbershops, most stores are open. Gyms and weight rooms and all that, they'll be opening on Monday, I believe. So I can get back in the weight room, Brother got a little soft, you know what I'm saying? The arms got a little smaller. Can't catch me in these streets looking squishy and soft, So I'm excited to get in there. Yeah, good ratio. We got 56. So the goal was to get to 50 likes and then we can start the podcast. So let me do the community shout-outs and all the stuff that's going on with the SMT Nation, shall we? In the description box, we have the following links to the SMT Nation community items. We have the SMT Patreon page. We have $1, $2, and $3 tiers to become exclusive members of an amazing community of tech enthusiasts. Get exclusive content access, unique videos, perks, early access, and other interactions that you won't find anywhere else except the SMT Patreon page. I would like to give a big formal welcome and shout out to Trill Will, the newest member of the SMT Patreon page. Big shout out to you. Welcome. We also have a link to the second channel, Steam Mobile Tech live streams. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And then we have the Megadon.net invite code, the social media platform of the future. Never need another social media platform ever again. No algorithms, no ads, and no tracking. Megadon.net. It's good to have you guys if you're watching this on the live. Thank you guys for being here. We've got 85 watching. Hey, Martin. Never late. Always on time. The homie Technoid's in the house. That's what's up, bro. All about the exclusivity. You feel me, Mo? You feel me, bruh? Hey, Mikey Tech Reviews, my dude. Road trip to the CLE for a week. Come say hi. Absolutely, man. The CLE will pull the red rug out for you, bro. Absolutely. I hope you guys are digging the positive energy, man. It's Friday. Cities are starting to open up. People are starting to shake and move. Good times, bro. Good times. So what we're going to do today, what's on the agenda? We're going to talk T-Mobile network integrations, how that's going and my experiences with it. And of course, you guys can sound off in the live chat. Let me know how things are going for you. Maybe I'll select your comment to kind of respond to and things of that nature. So you guys can go ahead and get started on that once I bring up that topic. We'll talk a little bit about T-Mobile's spectrum position and Dish and how they kind of play a role in this. We'll talk about what happened this week with the Uncarrier announcement, my honest thoughts and opinions on that. I'm probably also going to talk a little bit about Verizon's millimeter wave and the upload improvements that have been reported and the technology improvements that are up and coming for the ultra wideband contract that Verizon has in working on distance and indoor propagation. Very excited about that. We'll talk AT&T's HBO Max service, which is up and coming. I'll do that real quick. Hey, Tim, good to have you, bro. Glad you could be here. Big shout out to Tim with the $5 super chat, my dude. Thank you. I hope you've been selling a lot of phones. You've been busy, man. I haven't seen much of you. So I'm assuming that's a good thing. Hi, Tech Lover Mama. Good to have you. Glad you could be here. What else will we talk today? Boost Mobile launched their national extended data network this week. So anybody who gets a new activation, anybody who has a compatible device, as a Boost customer, you can actually get access to the new T-Mobile extended data network on Boost Mobile. So we'll talk a little bit about that. The Pixel 4a has been delayed. Big shout out to Mikey Tech Reviews for letting us know about that and keeping us posted, as well as at Technoid. You guys are doing a great job at keeping me in the loop. So very, very sad news if you were awaiting that phone. I'll tell you what I did, because the Pixel phones are being delayed this year, and we'll talk about that delay, actually. We're also going to talk about the Pixel 5, and then we'll talk about the iPhone 12, the 12 Pro, the 12 Pro Max, 5G with the iPhones, and so on. Yes, Caleb, 3G HSPA, the life I'm living. And I'm actually going to tell you guys about what's going on with what I'm going to be doing with my T-Mobile SIM. Big shout out to A Spiller 98. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the generosity and kindness there. Let's see what else. We'll talk mid-range 5G phones quickly. What's up and coming this summer. And then we'll actually look at a rumor, a little bit of speculation. Qualcomm might be dropping a 6 series chipset that will be 5G compatible. Probably will be similar to what we'll see with the 765G and 768 chips. But it might be a little bit more affordable, which should keep costs down just a bit. So, yeah, we're going to get to all of that. All right, so it's up to you guys. Music on, music off. We can get started here. I want to start with the T-Mobile network integrations and my experiences with what's going on. Big shout out to Vincent. Thank you for the super chat. Very nice of you, very kind of you. Okay. So here's what's going on with the T-Mobile network integrations. In my opinion, I'm a little bit jaded because my experience with the T-Mobile network right now is not good. Unfortunately, my phone is frequently in 3G and HSPA. I'm not making it up. I've got screenshots to prove it. I can show you right now. My phone is frequently in 3G and HSPA throughout the day, multiple times throughout the day. It doesn't matter anymore. First it was just, late at night and in the morning. Now it's pretty much at any time. I got to flash airplane mode. I got to restart my phone. It's a living nightmare trying to do anything on the T-Mobile network and the CLE. A lot of the tower sites are super congested. They've already migrated a bunch of customers from the Sprint side over to the T-Mobile network access. It's a tough situation, and this is going to be going on for a while. I say all that to say this. I'm probably going to take out my T-Mobile SIM card this week. I'm no longer going to be using T-Mobile in my Note 10. I tried. It's got very unbearable for the most part. I can't live like this. Video streaming is impossible. Updating my Twitter timeline is a pipe dream. It's just it's futile. there's no point. So what I'm going to do is I will be semi-retiring my T-Mobile SIM card. The line will stay active. I'll check it periodically, but I think I'm going to take the SIM card out of my Note 10 Plus. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put something else in there. Either a Verizon line or an AT&T line. It makes no sense to do it any other way. So I think I'll put my Verizon SIM back in there. What can I say? It's gotten unbearable. It's gotten unusable. That's my experience. I know some people out there are experiencing similar issues. People are telling me things like, 1 megabit per second or less on the downlink. Upload's non-existent. Signal is an issue. It is what it is for now. But I'm not going to subject myself, to that type of an experience, Another thing to talk about today from the T-Mobile side was the Uncarrier announcement. We have ourselves, the official launch of the Connecting Heroes initiative with a free service for first responders. Big shout out to Mikey Tech Reviews with the super chat. Thanks, bro. Very nice of you. Been generous already tonight. Thank you, man. Motorola stepped up with the Moto Stylus mid-range. Totally agree. It's a cool phone, man. A stylus support is awesome. Very cool feature. So that's a pretty nice phone. I think it's priced to kill. I think a lot of people will buy the phone that, maybe don't want to spend on a Note but want the stylus support and that sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. And we know we could trust Motorola to bring a quality device to the market. So very exciting. All right, now with the Uncarrier announcement, as I was stating previously, this is not a first responders plan. This is not a government contracted plan or service from Verizon. It's a much less prioritized offer. It is free. There is no cost. You can add features and pay the cost difference for the additional access on the network. What's up, Nintendo 504, man? Good to see you, bro. But being that it's a free service, we know that the priority is generally pretty low. The features are limited. There's no LTE hotspot or tethering. It's 480p video res. It's not, in my opinion, a primary line for anyone. I feel it's a secondary line. It just doesn't meet the requirements of a primary driver type of line where you're doing all the heavy lifting of all your data demands and so on. Hey, Jess, good to have you. Cassie Jr., good to have you as well. The service is nice. It's a nice, it's good publicity. It's good to provide it to the first responders and show the appreciation. I like it. The sentiment is acknowledged. But it is not a true first responders plan in that it would serve as a primary line for a first responder to stay connected. No way. But I just think people have to understand what it was designed for. I think it was to get first responders to use the T-Mobile network, to get first responders to have additional access on top of whatever service they have. I kind of thought about it. If T-Mobile was to improve their coverage to the point where they would cover up more of the nation, maybe more of the first responders would then maybe switch full throttle, contracts and agencies going with T-Mobile, maybe switching from AT&T or Verizon. I mean, a lot has to happen to the T-Mobile network, but I'm just saying maybe that's what T-Mobile's end game is. Because if you look at the duration of this offer, it's 10 years. So they're basically saying in the next 10 years, we're hoping that our network can improve so much that we'll let you test drive it and use it for free, And then when it's up to par, maybe people start switching over and start paying that full postpaid, account type of access fees. So that might be what they're thinking. I don't know. Or it could just be, hey, we're going to throw you a bone. First responders need love too. Just my thoughts and my opinions on that. Verizon millimeter wave. Verizon's 5G ultra wideband got an update this week, an update that should greatly impact uploads. One of the things that we've learned about millimeter wave and ultra wideband connections this year is that it is technically all NSA, so it's still over an LTE core. We know that the uploads are still very LTE uploadish. So when I've tested it, it's been like in the 30s, 40 megabit per second range. But what I'm also noticing is now with this update, I'm seeing the uploads are closer to 50, 55, 57 megabits per second. Now, when Verizon disclosed that they were upgrading and doing updates to the upload on the 5G ultra wideband, they said that users could anticipate a 30% improvement, which is basically what I've seen. So I could confirm that the update did provide what Verizon said it would. All right. So good to see that the technology is improving. Verizon's 5G ultra wideband distance has gotten better over the course of last year or so. Their upload has improved. A lot's going to be happening in 5G, and that's just one indication that the technology is young, it's green, it's fresh, and it'll get better with time. All right, and that goes for T-Mobile and AT&T and Dish and the rest. So over time, things should improve. I know a lot of people are saying, I'm not really big on 5G yet. I'll be looking into that a year or 2 years from now. So we shall see how that plays out as the technology continues to improve and evolve. Big shout out to Martin. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Very kind of you. Thank you for the support and the kind donation. Thank you so much for that. No comment, no question. Just a very nice donation. So thank you for that. Appreciate you, Martin. Thank you so much. The ultra wideband contract that they have with this new company should put Verizon in a position to where they should be able to continue to improve the range of their 5G. Now, once Verizon gets access to C-band, they'll be working with their mid-band spectrum holdings. They'll be addressing 5G that way. But in terms of the millimeter wave that they'll be deploying in, neighborhoods and city centers and, strip malls and shopping centers, things of that nature where there's a lot of people, they still want it to be as good as they can get it. They want to optimize it. So that's what I think this company is going to be doing. Working with Verizon to improve the propagation, the range, and I hope indoor application. Could we see Verizon launching hardware for standalone in the upcoming, quarter or two where people are using window units to get 5G ultra wideband and they could use it to replace their home internet? I would love to see something like that. People able to connect to 5G millimeter wave once they get inside of stores and shopping centers, not losing connection. So I think that contract is going to be really good and has a lot of potential. I'll be doing more coverage on it in the coming days. I'll cover the story and we'll see what it could potentially bring to the table for Verizon and their customers. All right, we are cooking. We are flowing. We're already about a third of the way through with the topics. I got more to go. I'm just getting started. Big shout out to Gene. Thank you for the super chat, broski. Thank you so much. No comments, no questions, but just being awesome. Thank you. And big shout out to Ace Spiller 98 with another donation. Thank you for that. You guys are the best. You guys are the realest. I appreciate you all. The next piece of news, AT&T later on this week will be launching HBO Max, the up-and-coming streaming service that will have all of the HBO exclusive content from the media side. This is AT&T's ace in the hole. This is what they've been building up as their media savior over the last several weeks. I mean, all the advertising's been there. They've been talking about this since last year, August. So we'll see what it does, but I mean, it's ready to launch. We'll see what it does for them. We know that the media side needs help. We know that they've lost a lot of customers. We know that their media vision has been kind of weird. They've acquired a lot of debt. They purchased a lot with the Time Warner deal and DirecTV. And they could definitely use a positive spin to the media side, for sure. I don't know. I don't know how good this HBO Max is going to be. I know that it's going to be included with a lot of their pre-existing services. I know if you have like the Elite plan, business, or regular consumer grade, you'll have access to it. I know HBO customers will have it if it comes with your TV service. There's a lot of stipulations. I did a video on it. You guys can check it out on the channel, or I covered all that qualify that get it included. But from what I understand, the layout, the app, all of those types of things, it's supposed to be really nice and well thought and designed. We'll see. I'll review it. I will have access to it, so I'll let you guys know. Big shout out to Cesar Barajas, a $5 super chat. When will AT&T and Verizon have 5G nationwide, millimeter wave, and midband? When you say nationwide, basically all you need is a 5G icon on your phone all the time, right? That's up and coming this summer. At least I know from Verizon's side, because Verizon will be launching DSS, I believe, as early as next month. So you'll be getting access to like Band 2, Band 5, Band 66, all these mid-band configurations. So, big shout out to MT Houston, Texas. Thank you for the super chat. 5GE. Yeah. That's something I actually want to talk about. So today's news, 5GE. Today's video. The news actually came out yesterday. Verizon was approached by the NDA and the Better Business Bureau about stopping the advertising of 5GE. And I will tell you guys that I'm happy to see that AT&T is going to comply. They're going to stop advertising 5GE. And the reason for that is it's been identified as being misleading. It is 100% misleading. AT&T's 5GE is essentially advanced LTE. It's multi-carrier aggregation, advanced LTE technologies. Verizon is doing this. T-Mobile is doing this. It's just advanced LTE. Now, the term, the E in 5GE stands for evolution. They're basically saying this is a transitional step from LTE to 5G. But it's really not. It's really just advanced LTE. So I'm glad to see that they'll be abandoning the branding and they'll be getting it out of their advertising and marketing plans moving forward. From what I understand, the 5GE icon will remain. So that is not going anywhere. And it is what it is. I mean, who knows? Maybe eventually they decom it once they launch mid-band 5G, and 5GE might be a thing of the past. Big shout out to Ace Spiller 98. Thank you for the super chat. When will Verizon do DSS? Yes, it'll be this summer. Speeds will improve as it becomes 5G and standalone. So any transition to new radio technology will improve quality of service. You'll see that speeds will improve. The connectivity will be more efficient. How the spectrum is utilized will be more efficient. There's a reason why networks evolve over time. We've gone from 1G to 2G to 3G, 4G, 5G, right? So speeds will improve, especially as spectrum assets become available for use and the channels get wider and the channels get bigger and more spectrum becomes available to customers to use. And then, of course, as new technologies and new radios and new hardware is installed and new software tricks, like DSS and so on, take over, the performance of the networks improves as well. Big shout out to Trillboy Gaming. Thanks for the super chat, broski. Appreciate you. So that's going on with AT&T. Boost Mobile this week also launched their official Extended Data Network launch. What's up, homie DGAF? Essentially, what Boost Mobile now has is full, unfettered access to the T-Mobile network, which may be nice for some, but maybe not nice for others. If you're like me, you're very frustrated with the T-Mobile network. So I'm actually going to be receiving, big shout out to my homie, Mr. X. I will be receiving a Boost SIM card in the near future, and I will be testing that access, which is why I'm going to keep my T-Mobile SIM card going so I can compare. How is the Boost mobile network performing compared to T-Mobile? Because, according to concessions from the DOJ, the access is supposed to be the same. Priority the same, speeds the same, and so on. So I will be doing that testing of the network for you guys, and I'll be presenting it to you and covering it on the channel. Next piece of news. This coming out of the Google Pixel devices for 2020. Big shout out to the homie Technoid. My dude keeping me up to date with all my Google news and all my Apple news. It looks like the Google Pixel 4a is going to be having a launch that is going to be delayed. Initially, it was supposed to be launched in April or May of this year. It has continuously gotten pushed back. If you are interested in a Google Pixel 4, you are going to have to wait till July. The phone will come in at a price point that will be attractive, $349 to $399 range from what I understand. It will be a mid-ranger that will give you a very good stock Android experience with a very good camera, very good software in my opinion, a good interface. It'll have a headphone jack. It'll have a decent sized battery for the size of the phone. It'll be an OLED display. It'll be a good phone, but it's going to be delayed. And it's not going to be 5G. So because it's not going to be 5G enabled, it's not going to be a future-proof type phone. But if you're going to keep it for a couple of years and then probably invest in a 5G phone later, then maybe it's a good go. But it is getting delayed till July. The next piece of Google news is the Google Pixel 5 is also going to be delayed. For those of you looking at the Google flagship for this year, that is probably going to be delayed until later in the year as well. Probably late and deep into quarter 4, which pushes it probably into like late November, December. Maybe in time for Christmas, maybe in time for Black Friday, but I can pretty much confirm based on multiple sources, Technoid and his people and 9to5 Google and all these other outlets, they're indicating a quarter 4 release much later in the quarter. Maybe it's the supply chain. Maybe it's the situation, with the pandemic. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of things, but it's not going to be ready for a September launch. It's not going to be ready for the typical October launch. It's going to be a much later launch, probably at least a month, if not 2 months delayed. So if you are planning on looking at a Pixel 5, you'll be waiting a little bit longer. Now, because the Pixel 4a got delayed, and because the Pixel 5 is going to be delayed, I actually went on eBay and I bought me a Google Pixel 3 XL to hold me down until the end of the year. I got a great deal on it, $150. It's got screen burn-in. I don't care. I'll be using it as a hotspot in my house. I'll be doing some testing on the visible wireless network, so I don't care. I'll be testing the hotspot. I'll be testing the speeds. I don't care. But that's what I did. Next piece of news. The iPhone for this year. We're expecting an iPhone 12. We're expecting an iPhone 12 Pro. An iPhone 12 Pro Max. And all are going to be OLED displays. I'm very happy to see this. I do not like LCDs for smartphones. I really don't like LCDs, period. I like OLED displays. I like the blacks being black. I like the oranges and the reds being super, super saturated. I don't like the bleeding of the backlight, as they say with the LCDs. So I'm super excited about that for the new iPhones. I'm also very excited about Qualcomm chips coming back to the iPhone, making it a legit cellular connection type of device. Something that iPhone hasn't had for several generations. I want to say the last generation they had Qualcomm chips were the CDMA variants of the iPhone 7. So very excited about that. That makes it a viable option for a lot of people that really care about their cellular connectivity, because the Intel chips never really performed up to par. Never as good as the Qualcomm counterparts from the Snapdragon series that were in the Androids of the model years. So, Ace Spiller, I could positively tell you that the Qualcomm partnership with Apple will manifest itself this year. So, celebrate. Yes. Sweet. There's other stuff that we're expecting from the iPhones. I'm sure more information will leak. Front Page Tech seems to really, the iPhone 10. Okay, Carlos. Thank you, bro. Front Page Tech covers a lot of those leaks, bro. He gets all the information. So, check out his channel. Technoid also follows those stories really closely. So, subscribe to him, and he'll keep you up to date on all the news happening with the iPhones and the Pixels for this year. All right, next piece. Let's talk a little bit about the mid-range 5G phones that are up and coming this summer. Let me explain why I care about 5G phones in the mid-range. I don't care about 5G mid-range phones for me. I'm a flagship kind of guy. I appreciate the mid-rangers because of one key piece. If 5G is going to become mainstream, the phones have to come down in pricing. Not everybody wants to purchase or can even afford a $1,000 phone or more. You've got the Samsung Galaxy Ultra, right? The S Ultra, S20 Ultra coming in at $1,400. You got the Note this year will probably come out at $1,500. You got the regular S20s $1,000. The iPhone will be over $1,000. The OnePlus 5G from the OnePlus 8, the Pro, that's $1,000. These flagship level devices are all at $1,000 or better. We need some 5G phones hanging around the $500 range. We need some at the $699 range. OnePlus was able to do that. We need some at the $499 range, $399 range. In fact, once we get phones sub $600, sub $500, sub $400, and they are 5G enabled, I think people start buying into the new technology. Now, think about the timing. Network providers like Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile are just starting to get cooking with 5G. The infrastructure is mostly the focus right now. Now the phones can start to come out this summer in which they can access 5G, and the network access will match the phone access. But if the phones are going to stay expensive, that's going to keep a large chunk of people priced out of these 5G capability-based phones. So Samsung is going to be releasing mid-rangers for 5G. TCL is also going to be doing this. I know Pete wants to test it and get his hands on it, so he'll be reporting if he does get one. Expect LG to probably do a 5G mid-ranger. That would make total sense. I think those phones that are going to be 5G mid-rangers are going to have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765, 765G, 768. Those phones will price somewhere in the $600 to $700 range, right? I think there's also going to be a 6 Series 5G chip that's going to be up and coming. That should bring down the price a little bit more. Maybe we start to see phones around the $499, $550 range. That's more affordable. Now, with every series that you go down, so you're starting with the 8 Series chip, right? And then that's going to be your big-time performer, right? That's the higher-end modems. That's the better antennas, millimeter wave access. You're getting a higher clock rate, for the GPU and the CPU, all those great things. If you go down to the 7 Series, the performance comes down a bit. Battery life gets a little bit better. The design of the chip is actually better because the chip and the modem are integrated. So that helps battery life and battery efficiency and heat dissipation. The efficiency is better. It does bring the performance down a bit, and it's noticeable, but it becomes more affordable. Drop down about $100, $200. Then if you go down to a 600 series range chip, you're probably going to come down another $50 to $100. Performance drops a little bit. Battery efficiency gets better a little bit. And that probably brings the pricing of those phones down to $499 or $550. What I'm trying to say is, as these mid-rangers become available in mainstream, they get into the hands of more people because people can afford them. Are they going to have the same throughput capacity on 5G? No, they're not. But they'll be enough to get people a taste of what 5G has to offer this year. Now, moving forward, 2021, 2022, those phones will become obsolete very quickly. In my opinion, this year's mid-range chips are only going to be good for probably about a year or 2 years max. And then those phones are going to be outdated very quickly because the 5G networks 1 year and 2 years from now are going to be leaps and bounds better than this year. So if you're the type of person that upgrades their phone every year, a mid-ranger makes sense because you'll be upgrading every year. You'll be upgrading just to keep up with the times as the technology continues to evolve. It makes sense, to go mid-ranger. But I think if you're the type of person that does not want to upgrade every year and you don't mind spending the money, maybe you upgrade every 2 or 3 years, maybe go with a flagship. If you can afford it, that's how I would kind of recommend it. Shout out to A Spiller 98 with the super chat. Thank you, bro. Is there a way to tell what Verizon wireless towers are DSS ready? It's a software thing, so you can't tell what it is. What I would say is go to Cell Mapper and find tower sites that have band 2, band 5, band 66. And there you go. Those are the bands that will be operating DSS. Bands 2, 5, and 66 for Verizon. Band 2 is their PCS spectrum, I believe 1900 megahertz. Band 66 is their AWS spectrum, I believe 2300 megahertz, so 2.3. Maybe it's 2.1, I forget. Too many numbers in this game. And band 5, which is their low band, that is their 850 megahertz, I believe, or 800 megahertz. 850? I forget. Too much to try to remember. So if those tower sites have that access, DSS is fair game. Where did I leave you guys off? I think what I'll do is I'll kind of close this out with a couple of things here as the podcast concludes here. To talk a little bit about where 5G is right now and where it's going in the near future. AWS 1700 to 2100. Thanks for that, Joshua. Trying to remember all these spectrums. It's crazy. I'm excited for each carrier. I'm excited to see what each carrier does with 5G. I don't have any affiliations with any carriers. None of them pay me. They don't have me on their payroll. I pay for all my service just like you guys do. Therefore, I try to be objective and I try to, be critical of all of the carriers. And I support them when they do good things, and I question and I doubt them when they do bad things. Okay, so I'm excited about Verizon's millimeter wave as it continues to improve. I'm excited about Verizon and the C-band that it's going to get. I'm excited about what AT&T is going to offer because they do have a lot of spectrum holdings and they do have the potential to have a great 5G network. And they've got an awesome Band 14 contract with FirstNet and so on. And their network deployment is rapid, furious, and it's effective. So, say what you want about those companies. The networks are looking good. I'm excited about what the new T-Mobile can do with T-Vision. I'm excited about what they could do with the T-Mobile home broadband. All of that hinges upon the network integration process as it goes through all of its, growing pains and so on. There are some good, solid engineers that are on the case. We're rooting for them. We want to see it be a good service. Sprint, RIP, it's over for them. So they're gone. In fact, they're trying to sell back their stocks and shares to Deutsche Telekom. They're trying to get out of Dodge. They are who we thought they were. Let's just put it that way. Dish is an interesting piece because Dish is currently in the process of developing its virtualized 5G core, which will operate its 5G network. I really hope they put the IoT thing to rest for now. They focus on the consumer-grade network, build out their 5G using, their mid-band holdings nationwide, get a product out on the postpaid side by the end of the year. Give us something that we could try. Give us something that we could use, They've continued to support T-Mobile with the added spectrum assets to keep their network from being horribly performing in certain markets. None here in the CLE, so I'm paying the price. But the additional 10, 15, or 20 megahertz of access has been awesome for some people. Lucky them. The Columbia Capital dealer is there for T-Mobile as well, so that's helping them out quite a bit. I still don't understand what T-Mobile's doing with their unused AWS, with their unused 600 megahertz. They gotta deploy all of it. Now is the time. I don't know what they're waiting for. They better use all their N41. Okay, Caleb. They better use all their N41. There's no reason to hold back. Let it rip. Hey, Mikey. Big facts, bro. Thanks for the super chat. Keeping it real with the subscribers, if it's trash or if it's a winner. Look, if you want somebody that's going to be a cheerleader for a company, you're not getting that here. You're not going to get that here because I don't work for them. They don't pay me. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to question my intentions because they don't pay me. I pay for my service. I pay them. So I could say whatever I want about Verizon. I could say whatever I want about AT&T. I could say whatever I want about T-Mobile. They don't owe me anything. I don't owe them anything. I could say whatever I want. I don't care what Neville Ray says about me. I don't care what John Leisure has to say about me. I don't care what Mike Seaver has to say. I have to call it like it is. A spade is a spade. In fact, if you are a real one and you're watching this on the replay, or if you are in the live chat, hashtag spade is a spade. Hashtag spade is a spade. Because that's what you're going to get from me. The raw, the real, no holding punches. I'm going to call it like it is. A spade is a spade. I will say this, Pete. Customer care at T-Mobile, very good. They brought the credit right away. I asked for credit. They gave it up. I call it a spade is a spade. The customer service is awesome at T-Mobile. The security doesn't seem great. The service is giving me hell. But the customer care is second to none. A spade is a spade. Trailboy Gaming, thank you for the $5 super chat, broda. Appreciate you, man. A spade is a spade. That's the theme of tonight, man. A spade is a spade. Oh, man. Anyways, my goal was to be on here for an hour. We're kind of approaching that hour mark. What's up, Nicky T? Good to have you, man. Here you're going to be doing some action on the Verizon network. See, here you're going to be doing some testing. Super excited for that. Maybe we'll get some of that, some of those screenshots, or maybe you could, do some periscoping and get us some video of that. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's what I wanted to cover with you guys. So, hey, Mikey, thanks, bro. Appreciate the super chat. SMT, you keep it 100. If network is trash or winner, I try my best, bro. I try my best. Because there's people out there that are going to spend money on a network and they want to know the real. All right? And you never know until you try it. But at least I can put you in a best case scenario where you understand everything that's going on with the network. All right? Hey, big shout out to Cassie Jr. Team, hashtag T-Mobile 5G. Looks like he's a big T-Mobile supporter. So, yeah, got the sunglasses and everything. You know what, Info Assistant? It's a good idea. A spade is a spade. I don't know. I might be going on later to do a Periscope call. For those of you that don't follow me on Twitter, I highly recommend it. I do all types of speed testing and things of that nature. Oh yeah, Mike West. The 3AXL is a great phone. Very, very good phone. Very, very good. Highly recommend it. I had it. Anyways, let's move over to kind of like the end of the show here. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you all for coming, stopping by, being a part of the SMT Nation, being a part of the SMT community, and being a part of this podcast. Big shout out to the 2 Live crew. Everybody here in the live chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Big shout out to the 2 Live crew. If you watch this in the live, hashtag 2 Live crew. If you watch this on the replay after it was uploaded and DVR'd, big shout out to the replay crew. Hashtag replay crew for you guys. And if you are a real one and you don't care what the carriers tell you and you are in the search for truth, you are in the search for facts, hashtag Ravioli Gang. Big shout out to the Ravioli Gang. Hashtag Ravioli Gang. And the homies in the live chat that held it down for me, all the blue names that you guys see scrolling through the live chat, Mike West, Peter B, Mr. X, Caleb, Stacey, Cesar, Bob, all the blue wrenches there, Timothy. You guys are amazing. Hashtag Mod Squad. Thank you guys for supporting me and being a part of the community, building something great here on the SMT YouTube channel. Gene, thank you for the $2 super chat, broski. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of ride out here. If you are new, this is your first time here, maybe you just popped in, is your first SMT podcast. Maybe it's the first time you've seen my channel. Consider subscribing and then activating that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. This is a positive, amazing community of like-minded tech enthusiasts that would love to have you as a longtime subscriber, viewer, and member. I also want to give a special shout out to all the SMT Patreon members. Cesar, thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, man. Big shout out to the SMT Patreon. 75 members and growing. It's an amazing community. Imagine taking up all your Sneed Mobile Tech videos and kicking it up a notch, getting additional access and perks, videos, live streams. In fact, we got one up and coming this Wednesday. So, to be a part of that, all you got to do, $1, $2, or $3 tier, a supportive donation to the SMT Productions and being a part of it. Alexis, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend as well. Big shout out to you. Hashtag Mod Squad. And I think we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you all for watching this edition of the SMT Podcast. It was a pleasure being a part of, this podcast, having you and bringing you guys the real. So thank you for your continued support as always. Like this podcast, share this podcast. And that's pretty much it. I got to go eat dinner. I'm going to let this ride out with a beat. Enjoy the music as you guys hang around. If you want to keep talking, I'll let this ride out. But you guys are the best community in the YouTube space. Thank you guys so much. Big shout out to the SMT Nation. All the Sneedles out there. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.
That's how I got that heat, let's go.